Day 9 and still no end to the deadlock in Delhi. Team Kejriwal continues their protest at the Lieutenant Governor's official residence in Delhi. Earlier, Kejriwal took to Twitter, hitting out at the Lieutenant Governor yet again. The Chief Minister said in 8 days the L-G could not find 8 minutes for the people of Delhi. Kejriwal added he hopes the Lieutenant Governor will find time to meet the protesting leaders today. Meanwhile, Delhi IS officers have agreed for formal talks between the Chief Minister and the body after he assured them security on Sunday. Aam Aadmi Party has demanded L-G Anil Baijal should be present in the meeting with the upset babus. Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia wrote to the L-G urging him to be present in the meeting with stakeholders to ensure immediate solution of the political crisis in the national capital. Now, in fact, the Chief Minister versus the L-G war has left the Congress completely isolated. On Monday, Rahul Gandhi hit out at both the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP for the standoff in the national capital at a time when most opposition parties and even some BJP allies are backing Kejriwal. Congress has dug in its heels and refused to follow suit.
The rumblings of a Mahagathbandhan echoed at Karnataka Chief Minister Kumaraswamy's oath ceremony. But the dream of a Congress-led anti-Modi bloc for 2019 polls is already crumbling. Arvind Kejriwal may not be winning the hearts of the middle class with his political dharna, but with his capital showdown, he has emerged as the superpower uniting regional satraps, isolating the Congress party. 4 chief ministers including Mamata Banerjee, Chandrababu Naidu, H.D. Kumaraswamy and Pinarayi Vijayan backed Kejriwal's protest against the Delhi's Lieutenant Governor. Support of other regional players poured in, including the Samajwadi Party, Umar Abdullah's National Conference, RJD's Tejaswi Yadav, DMK's Stalin and Makkalnidhi Mayam chief Kamal Hassan, Sharad Pawar's NCP, JMM's Hemant Soren, Hardik Patel, JDU rebel faction including MP Pawan Verma and KC Tyagi, the CPI, the CPM and even the NDA ally Shiv Sena. Even though Rahul Gandhi attacked Prime Minister Modi for Delhi's deadlock, his party's repeated anti-Kejriwal stand has left Congress isolated ahead of 2019 battle.
Now the biggest question which arises, and this is something which has never happened in the past, is to why the LG office or the Lieutenant Governor is allowing Arvind Kejriwal to sit on a dharna in his waiting room.
राहुल गांधी जी को बताना पड़ेगा कि वो दिल्ली में बीजेपी के साथ हैं कि दिल्ली की जनता के साथ हैं, और अगर वो दिल्ली में बीजेपी के साथ हैं तो लोग कैसे यकीन करें कि वो बाकी देश में बीजेपी के खिलाफ हैं.
At the core of Congress's decision is their rejection of Aam Aadmi Party's seat-sharing proposal in Delhi for the general elections. Sources say in a bid to take the BJP head-on, the Aam Aadmi Party had offered 2 out of the 7 parliamentary seats in Delhi to the Congress. The offer from Aam Aadmi Party came after Kejriwal's consultations with the leaders of the regional parties opposed to the BJP. The Congress's refusal hasn't gone down well with the regional players, including West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. Sources say UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi's closest aide, Ahmed Patel, rushed to console a fuming Mamata. Sources also suggest Mamata is averse to alliance with Congress in her state.
The Congress party showed a carrot to Mamata Banerjee. Mr. Ahmed Patel went to meet her. Ahmed Patel went to meet her. I am emphasizing Ahmed Patel went to meet her with a carrot that you can be the potential prime ministerial candidate.
India Today has learnt even Samajwadi Party's acting chief Akhilesh Yadav isn't happy with the Congress as it is trying to woo Mayawati's Bahujan Samaj Party in Uttar Pradesh. Sources say Akhilesh isn't keen to give Congress more than 3 parliamentary seats in Uttar Pradesh in 2019.
We were talking about an alliance with the BSP. We have been talking with them. We are talking to other regional press. The Congress is a national party, so it has to decide how it fits in with us.
Highly placed sources has also told India Today even BSP chief Mayawati is in no mood to give the grand old party a bigger role in UP. The two parties also seem to have reached an impasse in poll-bound Madhya Pradesh as BSP wants to fight on 60 seats out of the 230 member assembly.
Arvind Kejriwal, being an elected chief minister, enjoys the lowest degree of power. However, the dharna politics hero Arvind Kejriwal has become so powerful to divide the Mahagathbandhan that was formed to take on Modi in 2019. Arvind Kejriwal has now become an epicenter of a new coalition that is being formed within the Mahagathbandhan. In Delhi, this is Ashutosh for India Today.
Well, this is our top focus on the burning question today. An opposition with the Aam Aadmi Party, Congress absolutely isolated. Will it be Modi versus the third front in 2019? Is Rahul Gandhi alienating allies? Will Congress's anti-Kejriwal move prove to be costly in 2019? And will Mamta and company dump Rahul Gandhi before 2019? Well, let me go across to my guest on the show, Gopal Agarwal, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, and Mohammad Khan of the Congress Party. Also with us, Nasir Salim, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, is joining us on the broadcast as well. Ajit Jha, editor, Research India Today, will also be joining the broadcast and give us a perspective on this. Now, I would want to start with you, Mohammad Khan, because right now it just seems that the Congress is isolated. This whole dream of a rainbow coalition of the entire opposition, which the picture of that we saw in Karnataka, which possibly people thought that this is the one that is going to give a challenge to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Amit Shah in 2019. Well, the coalition is coming through without the Congress, it seems.
Well, Ankit, I would say this. You're right. Over the last 2 years, you have seen that the Congress has often reached out, often at the cost of its own personal ambitions, to other parties such as in UP, in Karnataka, etc., to try and build coalitions that can stand together in the face of an advancing BJP which threatens our constitution. Now, why are we not able to make common cause with Arvind Kejriwal? The answer is simple. Mr. Kejriwal does not represent any of the values that we believe that the alliance should share. Mr. Kejriwal is very charitably described as a political opportunist. This is a man who made enormous promises to the people of Delhi. He built his career on vilifying the Congress, making vulgar claims for which he had to apologize across the political spectrum. This is a man who has only one singular ambition: to stay in power. He has fought against us in Punjab and in Goa, and only with the objective of undermining our vote share. Remember, he doesn't eat into the BJP's vote share. He only positions himself as a Congress alternative. Now, anyone is free to do that in a democracy, of course. But to expect us to make common cause with a man who, in this latest bout of political opportunism, frankly, and I think the BJP is also to blame, both of them need to get their act together for the people of Delhi.
Mohammad Khan,
Ankit,
please tell me, what are the common values that you shared with the Samajwadi Party when you fought the election against them in Uttar Pradesh? What are the common values you shared with the BSP when you fought the election in Uttar Pradesh? In fact, in Gorakhpur, let me just complete the list. In Gorakhpur and also in Phulpur, what were the common values when you fought the election against the JDS, calling them, the B team of the BJP, as Rahul Gandhi said, stands for Sanghi in JDS? What are the common cause that you have been able to find all across the spectrum when right now within NCP and you also fight elections separately in on certain seats in Maharashtra? So don't tell me that political opposition is only with one party. Your party in 2013 supported Arvind Kejriwal to come into power despite him fighting and making a sole agenda of defeating Sheila Dikshit. So political opportunism is being displayed by the Congress itself.
We often put our own personal interests on the back burner, Ankit. No, Ankit, I wouldn't call it political opportunism for the simple reason that we have often sacrificed our own interests to make common cause with these people. We have taken lesser seat shares just so that the mandate of the people is respected, that people are free to vote without there being a vote division. But again and again, Ankit, look at the history of the Aam Aadmi Party, the Samajwadi Party, the NCP and all the other parties you mentioned. Of course, we fought elections against them, as we should in a healthy democracy, and we've had disagreements with them. And we've built coalitions with them also in the past. But the truth is, unlike the Aam Aadmi Party, these parties have, in Urdu we call it wujood. Aam Aadmi Party has no wujood. It is a movement born out of false promises, political opportunism, and absolutely baseless allegations against the Congress
my
party.
only problem
That
is, Mohammed
how they
Khan, that
define themselves.
these
We
characteristics,
cannot be
I don't
expected
think that
to
any
throw
party
our
is
weight
devoid
in
of
with
these
people like this.
characteristics, at least in the national context and the regional context that is going on at the current political tamasha that goes on everywhere. Every party possibly shares these three characteristics. Gopal Agarwal, this comes as a shot in the arm for the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is looking at division as far as this opposition unity is concerned. For you, it seems that the Congress in Delhi is putting their regional interest over the national interest in 2019. Good news, Gopal Agarwal.
No, we do not call it a good news, because we feel that the opposition is a must for the democracy to function. But the common cause that Congress has is only that their self-interest. All these opposition parties which lecture now on whatever issues Mr. Mohammed Khan said, they are a scripted form of theatricals which can be placed in any form where your interest lies. They can talk of anything on a morality, on democracy, anything, but actually the only purpose of this coalition is that they want the power. They are opposing Modi. They don't want a strong central leadership which can do good for the nation. And ultimately what Mr. Mohammed Khan was talking of Wajood, the Wajood is that they don't have any existence, ideology or anything where they have a common platform.
Right.
So we know from the beginning that this is not going to last long.
But what's wrong if their common cause is anti-Modi? I mean, I don't see anything wrong in politics. People have to choose at any given point of time. At one point of time, Indira Gandhi was that pivot against which the entire opposition unity was standing. Right now, it's Modi and Amit Shah. So that's absolutely fine. I mean, calling them names doesn't work as far as political equations are concerned. Ajit Jha, is the Congress being short-sighted? Is it now suffering from tunnel vision when they are almost alienating themselves just because the local leadership in Delhi feels that their existence will be absolutely diminished if they are seen in some sort of a coalition with the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi?
Yes, Ankit, I think that Congress is being extremely myopic. The thing about Congress is when Sonia Gandhi takes the decisions, she does it with a far sight, as she did in Bangalore. When Rahul Gandhi and others take decisions, as in this case, for example, in Delhi, or in terms of the number of seats Congress is asking in Uttar Pradesh, in Madhya Pradesh, it's following a very short-sighted, vision. The trouble is, Congress is a party in desperation. Congress needs to come to power in 2019. But Congress doesn't have a base either in Delhi or in UP or in several other states of North India. Now, Congress is not in a place to bargain as it is bargaining aggressively. What Congress should do is stop playing the big brother politics and take a back seat, let allies come to it, and then form the Mahagathbandhan. So I think it is extremely short-sighted what the Congress is doing in Delhi, in Uttar Pradesh, and in several of the other states, even Madhya Pradesh with the BSP.
Mohammed Khan, and the message that maybe Mamta Banerjee, H.D. Kumaraswamy,
Ankit, can I say something?
Pinarayi Vijayan, Gopal, I'm going to come to you. Just hold on. Pinarayi Vijayan and even DMK has called up Kejriwal to support him. We have seen phone calls coming in from the left parties. They have even joined their protest. The message seems to be, and yesterday on our show as well, the Samajwadi Party said, in UP, the Congress has to decide where do they stand in this coalition. Nobody right now is in any hurry or in any space to give you any sort of an elbow room as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned. In MP, you cannot, despite Sonia Gandhi and Mamta and Mayawati standing together in that photo op, you've not been able to stitch an alliance. Nobody wants to give you space as of now. At least the regional satraps are in no mood.
Ankit, there is a wonderful expression in the fullness of time. As and when the hour approaches, these details will be ironed out, and you will see for yourself that the Congress will emerge, as Rahul ji said very astutely, the platform on which all the parties come together. Again, 4 different leaders have, such as Sharad Pawar and various others, have come together and openly professed support for the idea. Sharad Pawar ji, Tejaswi, and various others. I can name various
Mohammad Khan, these are also the same people, those who are professing support to Mamata Banerjee-led idea of a third front as well. They are also the ones, even Sharad Pawar and Tejaswi Yadav, those who have also supported Arvind Kejriwal.
Right. Ankit, they're free to do so. In a democracy, of course, you're free to do so. But the truth is, the Congress will emerge as the tentpole under which they unite, because the Congress has the largest presence of any of these parties. Many of these parties are, it is a matter of fact, confined to their regions. Unlike the Congress. Congress, he wo samanvay la sakti hai. I think that's the best way to put it. But Ankit, again, just because we do not agree with the politics of the Aam Aadmi Party, doesn't mean that we've given up the idea of alliance or that it undermines the idea of an alliance. Let me remind you of the kind of politics that Mr. Kejriwal does and why we are against it. This is a man who promised the people, and I know this may not mean much to many, but he said that I swear on my children's head, I will not form a government with the Congress. He goes ahead and does that. He built remember the work Sheila Dikshit ji did in her twilight years was outstanding. Delhi saw the most amount of development.
Mohammad Khan, this again proves the point. This again proves the point that Ajit was making, that you are suffering from a myopic tunnel vision. Arvind Kejriwal may be an absolute non-entity in a small state like Delhi, but now he seems to be the pivot around which the opposition unity is giving out a message to you. Is the Congress failing to read that message, Mohammad Khan?
I think, Ankit, I think a year is a lifetime in politics. Mr. Kejriwal is known for such theatrics from time to time to reassert his fading relevance. That is why we do not want to give him more credence than he deserves at this point. You may call it political myopia, but I believe in the fullness of time, our decision will be vindicated. We are taking the stand on principle to stay away from Arvind Kejriwal and his naughty politics.
Gopal Agarwal, does this for the Bharatiya Janata Party, this could not have come at a better time? Rather than the entire opposition hitting out at Prime Minister Narendra Modi, now there seems to be a division. I mean, the Congress seems to be hitting out at Arvind Kejriwal, rest of them getting together, hitting out at the Prime Minister. In that sense, it is an ideal situation where you can go and tell people that, look, they are not even speaking in the same voice against the man they despise so much.
Ankit, history has lessons for all of us, and I understand that the citizens of this country do not forget those historical lessons. Whenever the opposition unity is based on opposing a individual personality, and there are multiple PM material in the oppositions, those experiments have failed in the past. They have not been successful. Even with us also, in part of those experiments, that has failed the nation, that has failed the politics, that has failed the democracy, and the same situation is now prevailing. The only bond which the opposition has, that oppose Modi, that is not going to stand. There is no ideology, there is no coherence, there is mutual distrust. Everybody is a PM material. So we are very sure this experiment is not going to succeed, and therefore we are confident. We are talking to the people, we are working for the nation, we are working for the economic development. Our agenda is positive. Sir, whatever theatrics they may do, sir,
we'll leave that for the people to decide. We'll leave that all the positive, negative agendas and how these optics are working. We'll leave that for the people to decide. Ajit, is this a message to Rahul Gandhi that politics has moved on from even from 2014? Despite the defeat in 2014, the Congress still feels that they have the legitimate right to in fact lead this coalition against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Mohammad Khan saying that, we have our pan-India presence, but as of now, Congress seems to be not only dependent but reduced to certain states only.
Absolutely, Ankit, I agree with you. Look at the numbers. In the country, BJP has close to about 270 plus seats. Congress has less than 50 seats in parliament, number one. Look at UP. In 2009, Congress got about 20 Lok Sabha seats in UP. In 2015, they barely got 2, the seat of Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. And that also because the SP and BSP did not put up a candidate either in Rai Bareli or in Amethi. So Congress doesn't look at the numbers at all. Congress has become totally irrelevant in largest states of India, in Bihar, in UP, in Madhya Pradesh, for the last 3 elections, assembly elections, it is not able to beat the BJP, or even in the last Lok Sabha, the BJP swept Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. Congress was almost sort of, tossed over from these states. Congress does not realize that. It is still stuck to 2009. Number one. Number two, I hope Congress is only bargaining right now because they feel that the Lok Sabha is 1 year ahead. Otherwise,
Yes.
I think it's not only political myopia, I think Congress is committing political harakiri. It's a suicide for Congress.
Right.
If they lose 2019, the party will get wiped off from the country. So
Okay.
I think it's very important for them to enter
that's
into
very
alliances
strong
with
observation,
regional players,
Mohammed
all
Khan,
of
for the
them to
Congress
beat
party
the
that
mighty
Ajit
BJP.
Jha is making. And Ajit Jha is somebody who crunches numbers for
Ankit,
living. I
can
mean,
I
he is
reply?
editor research. He goes through history and the current scenario of politics every single day. What I want to understand from you is, A, respond to what Ajit Jha is saying, and then it fundamentally, as an issue, do you believe that
Yes,
the
Ankit.
BJP is utilizing the office of lieutenant governors and governors to, in fact, push the state governments to the brink in many states?
Well, let me answer the first question. Mr. Jha, with the deepest of respect, I must say that I respectfully disagree with his assessment. I don't believe that the pessimistic narrative that he's putting forward, that the Congress will be irrelevant, is supported either by fact or the events of the last 2 years. Mr. Jha will be the first to admit that ever since Gujarat happened, there has been a new resurgence in the Congress. We brought the BJP to its knees in Gujarat. They spoke about a Congress Mukt Bharat, they got a Congress Yukt Gujarat. Thereafter, the BJP has not won a single by-election to any of the Lok Sabha seats that have taken place. That is a sign of things to come. We have won the Karnataka's assembly election in a manner that can be described as miraculous, putting together a coalition despite their best efforts. So I think, sir, it would be premature to start writing obituaries for the Congress, and this is a larger discussion and we can have it later. Number two, again, the issue of whether the LG is acting inappropriately or appropriately is being looked at into by the Delhi High Court. The problem with Mr. Kejriwal
Don't do that. Don't do whataboutery on this, Mohammed Khan. You can't have double standards on this. Tell me on the fundamental issue. Do you believe,
No, I'll
because
tell you
you went crying to the Supreme, you went crying to the Supreme Court in Karnataka.
Yeah, absolutely.
Narayan Swamy, your chief minister in Puducherry, is saying Kiran Bedi is not letting me work. You have made this argument time and again how the LG office is being utilized by the centre.
Absolutely.
Is that a fundamental
I agree with that
problem? Does the BJP use it against the elected governments or not? Yes or no?
I believe, yes. The short answer is absolutely yes. But the longer answer is that in this crisis, Mr. Kejriwal has seen an opportunity.
Oh,
and that
come
opportunity
on.
benefits no
That
one
is
but
exactly
himself.
what I'm saying,
And that is
Mohammed
the
Khan.
Congress's criticism, as Rahul
If you have a fundamental position,
No,
this
Ankit,
was
you
the
can't
time to
distinguish the
take
fact
a
that
stand
these
on
people
that
are using this
fundamental
to
position
revive
rather
their
than
own
looking at the
flagging
political
political
games.
irrelevance.
You can't have two arguments. How will you go and convince the people in Puducherry that Kiran Bedi is in fact
Absolutely.
hampering the
Ankit,
government
I
when they
absolutely
will ask you
clarify
in
to
Delhi you could not
If the
support
LG
another
is
chief
acting in
minister
an
whose work
illegal
was being
fashion,
hampered?
The court will decide that, and we agree that, look, the LG may be acting in a particular fashion, but that doesn't exonerate you as the chief minister of Delhi from fulfilling your duties.
It's
You
not
fought
about.
with
It's not even
everyone.
about
Sab mein
exoneration.
ghachiyan hai.
I am
Haan,
talking
aapki
about the
baat jayez
fundamental
ho. You might
stand
be
that the
correct to a
Congress
certain
party has
extent.
taken, and the debate is
But-
actually
yeah,
on
go
that,
ahead.
whether it has isolated the Congress party or not. Gopal Agarwal, when you talk about the coalition and the problems that the Congress party is having, it isn't embarrassing for the Bharatiya Janata Party that JDU, your alliance partner in Bihar, and Shiv Sena, your alliance partner in Maharashtra, and both of them are NDA constituents as well, have extended support to Arvind Kejriwal. They also believe that you are utilizing Lieutenant Governor not to let him work.
Issue is, Ankit, that when you say that is the Bharatiya Janata Party using LG or governor's office to put pressure on the state government, the issue is that we should see that this is a complex relation between governors and the state government. And now when you
Sir,
see
answer the question that I've asked you.
events in Delhi, it clearly shows that how
Sir, answer the question that I've asked you.
complexities. Yes, I am telling you the complexity of this relation. Yes, I am telling you that there is a complexity in the relation, and if you politicize the whole issue, whether relation between the LG is
What
a
is
representative of the
politicization?
central government. He
Nitish
has
Kumar
to,
extends support to Arvind
fulfill the
Kejriwal.
issues
Shiv
with
Sena is
regard to-
extending support to Arvind Kejriwal.
politicization
Isn't it worrying? Isn't
No,
it embarrassing for the Bharatiya Janata Party?
Nobody
These
is
are NDA
extending support.
constituents.
They are saying no. When the state they are not supporting Arvind Kejriwal. They are saying that we should respect the federal structure of the constitution, and the federal structure, there is a conflict between somewhere.
So basically you are saying that although they have come out in support, and so basically you are saying that they are hitting out at the Prime Minister for not respecting the federal cooperation that he talks about? Is that what your assertion is?
No, it is not only. No, I am telling that this complex situation between the state and central relationship, therefore we are talking of cooperative federalism. There has been a talk of competitive federalism. Now this is political federalism, which you see somewhere played by our party or Congress in Puducherry or at Karnataka. This is a political federalism.
Oh, come
they
on.
use
The Supreme Court, you can't blame the Supreme Court for doing that. The Supreme Court actually embarrassed the governor of Karnataka. If there was any politics, it was being played by the Raj Bhavan in Karnataka, nothing else. Ajit Jha, will the BJP be able to exonerate themselves from the charges that the opposition is making of how the entire office of the governor and the lieutenant governor is being used to arm twist the governments in the state? They can't just go on saying cooperative federalism, on the other hand hamper the work. It is like they have in Delhi and other states.
See, Ankit, the difference between the Congress and the BJP is that the BJP is a dominant party, right? The BJP can afford to play the big brother right now. BJP on its own can come to power in 2019. The Congress cannot. So what I'm arguing is both are national parties, but one can afford to play the aggressive big brother role. Of course, at this stage, what is going on in Delhi is a constitutional crisis which the Prime Minister should end by asking the LG to take a back seat, because the situation is such that we have no waters, we have no health facilities, the whole government in Delhi is not functioning. So the Prime Minister must ask the LG to take a back seat, because he's after all a bureaucrat, and let the government function. But having said that, remember that the BJP is in a position of strength when it bargains, when it governs. The Congress is not. The Congress is in a desperate situation to come to power. Let me add one more point.
Yes.
What Mr. Mohammad Khan pointed out, in Gujarat, the BJP won after, for the sixth time, the Congress lost. In Karnataka, the BJP won the election with almost 100 plus seats, the Congress lost. So Mohammad Khan is forgetting that in both Gujarat and Karnataka, where he showed a Congress bounce, there was no bounce. Because of the JDS, the Congress got some kind of oxygen to form a government. So the situation is such that right now the only opposition to BJP is from the other players of the Mahagathbandhan.
Are we missing the trees for the woods? Even let's say that you oppose Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi, there is a three-corner contest, and ultimately what is the result? The BJP possibly would have an advantage where the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party divide their vote share, and the BJP keeps its vote share intact and possibly once again repeats what happened in 2014. So somewhere is the Congress missing, seeing the trees for the woods. Is that the problem is?
Well, I understand where Jha Sahab is coming from, but again, I must respectfully disagree. Simply for the reason, Jha Sahab, that if you adopt the metric, if you adopt the basic metric of us securing the largest number of votes, we have the single largest vote share in Karnataka. So by that measure, our popularity has indeed grown. Number two, Jha Sahab, if you say they won the election but we formed the government, then you must apply that same standard to them in 10 states where they fell short of the majority mark.
That is actually not the crux of his argument. What Ajit Jha basically is saying that you can't claim those as absolute victories. The problem is that you needed an alliance in Karnataka and also in Gujarat. Despite the so-called resurgence of the Congress party, you fell short. BJP won for the record 6th time.
No, but Ankit, the point I was trying to make is this, that it is equally myopic to write off the story of a Congress resurgence, because I'll tell you there's no one who takes it more seriously than the BJP. Whenever Rahul ji tweets, a 140-character tweet, their cabinet ministers abandon all work, descend on a stage and say, please don't take it seriously.
Okay.
Because they do. And the reason they see Rahul ji as a threat, why they've employed all the resources against him, is because they see him as the grand unifier. He's done it in state after state. Because he does not have the kind of blind lust
that
for power
possibly
that these
was
people
what
have at all
Sonia
costs.
Gandhi did. But
And
Mohammad Khan,
finally
in the end, before I move on to my other guest, very quickly, is the Congress now looking at a scenario in which the Congress stands isolated, the third federal front, without the Congress, without the BJP, that KCR, that Mamata Banerjee is talking, is if that in case does come to a reality, it is more disadvantage to the Congress party than anybody else. Is that the worry that the Congress is thinking about?
Ankit, I always believe that the beauty of our democracy is that everyone is free to aspire to the highest office in our land, and truly the beauty of our constitution is that it enables people to do that. However, there is a vast gap between ambition and reality. Mr. Kejriwal is flagging to revive an irrelevant political career. Remember, Ankit, this is a man who has been deserted by half his colleagues. It is the highest attrition rate of any party. He has been exposed as a charlatan by his own people. Don't expect us to make common cause with this man who has no record of governance.
I will leave the Congress's cause there. Gopal Agarwal, do you believe that this message of opposition unity is the message to Rahul Gandhi to give up his ambitions to lead a coalition? In a scenario, it just seems that there is a third front which is coming out, a potent third front that KCR and Mamata Banerjee are talking about, possibly without the Congress party.
Ankit, I tell you, the politics of India is not what opposition do, mathematical jugglery of the whole issues. The issue is that the people of the India want what the government can do for them. And our politics is based on delivery to the people of the country. We have a direct connect to the people. Therefore, the credibility and the love of the countrymen is for Mr. Modi is beyond reach of all this. However strongly Mr. Khan defends, the Congress is fighting a losing battle, and the crisis in Delhi is not a constitutional crisis, it's a manufactured crisis. This theatrics will not help them.
Gopal Agarwal, let's not go to Delhi. I didn't want it to completely come back to Delhi. Let's not fool people. Even all these things will be decided in the elections when people go there. The people of Delhi, despite the IAS officers and the elected chief minister wanting to talk, are waiting for the lieutenant governor to even call a meeting. And the lieutenant governor, is waiting for a nod from somewhere else. So please don't try and fool the people about the politics in Delhi. We will have to wait and see how people have taken it. In the end, I want to give the last word to Ajit Jha. Ajit Jha, the emerging situation is more worrying for the Congress party about its relevance rather than putting up a front against the BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. I mean, even for Gopal Agarwal, who says that arithmetic doesn't matter, well, at least the bipolls, the last bipole in Kerala completely proved that arithmetic sometimes is much, much bigger than the chemistry. Ajit Jha?
Yes, sorry, I didn't get the question. Could you
Ajit, I
repeat
was
that
saying
once
that
more?
in the end, just sum it up for us, the prevailing situation.
In 2009, yes, Ankit, in 2019, what will depend is the chemistry of Modi versus the arithmetic of the opposition. The BJP is the dominant player, which has close to about 270 plus seats. It is going to repeat that. It is going to try to repeat that performance. It is a party on the ascendance. Look at the UP Assembly elections. It got 325 seats. Congress should realize that. Congress is resurging. If you look at Congress resurgence, the only resurgence of Congress that took place in the last few years is in the state of Punjab. Other than Punjab, there is no resurgence of Congress really anywhere else. Even in Gujarat, what we saw, it happened because of the local players rather than the Congress. So Congress must play the role of a brother who's taken a back seat and bring the allies together.
Absolutely,
Otherwise,
I'm
they are
completely out of
going
time.
to see
Two
a
things
repetition
are very
of
clear from
2014.
this discussion. Number one, in 2019, the days of Congress to even play the leading role or the big brother role across the country is over. No matter how the Congress wants to assert it that they are going to be the pivot around which the Narendra Modi, anti-Narendra Modi coalition is going to stand. The message is clear for Rahul Gandhi as well to recalibrate his strategy, not only for 2019 but for the upcoming elections in Madhya Pradesh. And in the end, the people are watching, they are still waiting. There is absolutely no escape from on the charge for the Bharatiya Janata Party that you are utilizing the offices of the governor and the lieutenant governor to in fact move your political agenda against elected governments. How the people take it, we leave it up to them when they go out and vote. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me early morning for this burning question debate.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.